Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The 7th-seeded Fighting Irish and the 8th-seeded Buckeyes will meet on Monday, January 20th at Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Whichever team wins will end a championship drought. Notre Dame aims to win its first title since 1988, and Ohio State looks to get their first since 2014. Ohio State leads the all-time series between the two teams 6-2.
The College Football Playoffs National Championship Game. Number 8, Ohio State versus number 7, Notre Dame.
Now, Ohio State opens as an 8.5-point favorite against Notre Dame. And how did they get here? Well, in the first round, they blew out Tennessee, and in the quarterfinals, they did likewise to number 1 seeded Oregon. But then they faced Texas. The Longhorns used their stout defense to slow down the Buckeyes' potent offense attack by shutting down freshman sensation Jeremiah Smith, limiting him just to 3 yards on 1 reception. They kept the game close, trailed 21-14 in the fourth quarter, and was looking to tie the score after moving the ball to the 1-yard line, helped by 2 pass interference penalties in the end zone. Then the Buckeyes defense made a great play on Quintravion Wisner, stopping him for a 7-yard loss. Quarterback Quinn Ewers then threw a 3rd down incompletion, and on 4th down, Ewers was stripped by defensive end Jack Sawyer, and he returned the fumble 83 yards for the clinching touchdown and a 28-14 victory in the Cotton Bowl. The offensive player of the game, Ohio State quarterback Will Howard, was 24 for 33 passing for 289 yards with a touchdown and an interception. His touchdown pass came off of a screen pass to Travion Henderson, who ran untouched for 75 yards just before halftime. Howard also converted on a 4th down play in the fourth quarter with an 18-yard run. At that point, the Buckeyes were able to take a 21-14 lead. Now, the keys to an Ohio State victory. If the Buckeyes want to avoid a close game going into the fourth quarter, they're going to need to get Jeremiah Smith involved early and often. The Longhorns were successful in stopping Smith by not letting him get behind their defense, and they also played a safety over top on Smith. They also triple-teamed him. Now, the Buckeyes can't be afraid to use slant patterns for Smith, Carnell Tate, or Emeka Egbuka. Also, the offensive line will need to keep Will Howard protected, and to also provide the necessary push for the running game. A good game by Henderson will help open up the passing game. Now, defensively, the Buckeyes will need to limit the Notre Dame running attack led by Jeremiah Love. They will also need to limit quarterback Riley Leonard, who is very good with his feet. They're going to have to make Notre Dame's offense one-dimensional and force them into 3rd and long situations. But last but not least, Ohio State will have to take care of the ball. They're going to have to limit the turnovers. The Irish, they are very good at capitalizing off of turnovers. Notre Dame has the number 2 scoring defense, in which they gave up 13.8 points a game during the season. How did they get here? In the first round, they beat Indiana. In the quarterfinal round, they beat Georgia. And then in the semifinal round, they beat Penn State 27-24. Irish quarterback Riley Leonard shook off a late hit in the second quarter that sent him to the medical tent to be checked for a concussion. He came back and led the Irish on 4 scoring drives in the second half. He finished with 223 yards passing and a touchdown, and had a 35-yard rushing touchdown. The Irish's defense sealed the victory when quarterback Christian Gray picked off Penn State quarterback Drew Allar, and then they ended up getting a field goal to punch their ticket to the championship game. In all 3 games, the Irish used their defense and took advantage of turnovers to win. They've also been good on special teams, as evidenced by their quarterfinal win over Georgia. The key to a Notre Dame victory. On offense, the Irish need to run the ball effectively, and that will be a challenge against a stout Ohio State defensive line. Love and Leonard will be key in trying to keep the chains moving. Leonard will also have to sprinkle in some downfield passes to keep the Buckeyes defense honest. They must continue to convert third downs as they did an excellent job against Penn State. On defense, the Irish must mimic what the Longhorns did to contain Jeremiah Smith and try to force Will Howard into mistakes. The feeling is that the Irish are playing with house money, and if the game is close in the fourth quarter, they can pull off the upset. Now, this is going to be a close game, but my pick is Ohio State. The reason why I'm going with the Buckeyes is because of talent. They've been the most talented team in this playoffs thus far. And I believe the coaching staff will look at what Texas did and adjust accordingly. And it should be noted that Texas did what Michigan did. So the coaching staff should be ready. Now, Notre Dame has had a lot of injuries, and I don't think it'll be enough to overcome the talent of the Buckeyes. Also, there is a tremendous amount of pressure on Ohio State coach Ryan Day due to his losses to arch rival Michigan. And I think his players understand that and will come through now that it matters most. Final score prediction, Ohio State 27, Notre Dame 17. Feel free to comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.